Hello, pal. There we go. Lovely. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone watching from around the world. Farmer Ben speaking. I hope you can hear me okay. We've got a new camera, a new microphone. Do let me know if you can hear me, please. Just put a comment in there. Let me know if you're receiving me loud and clear. Because like I say, this is a new setup. We've got Jackie here. He's getting his... There we go. He's getting a few treats. Thank you for all the likes coming up on the page already. Nice to have you here on Saturday afternoon. I think we're about on time. Yep, bang on 3 o'clock, so we're doing pretty well. Just waiting to see some comments coming up here. If you can hear me okay. Hopefully it's not coming along silent. Can hear loud and clear. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for letting me know. New microphone, so hopefully it's a bit better quality for everyone listening to me today. So a busy stream coming up. Farmer Connor currently is going down to get some sheep. We're going to have a wee check of them, make sure everyone's okay. If they've got a bit of a dirty bum, we're going to get that cleaned and clipped off. Hopefully we can catch them all right, and we'll try and get everything on stream. Jack's more than happy. So we're going to try it. We might not be able to catch them. It's a busy day at Dalscone. Car park's nice and full, which is what we like to see. There we go. Listen to that. You enjoying them, son? Right, we better go. We are heading away down here, or that's where Farmer Connor's is, and you'll see the little buggy appearing next to in shot pretty soon. I think I can hear him driving about. That's where the sheep and cows are, so we'll bring them up into around where this hayheck is. I can see all the sheep running. I don't know if you can see them on camera, so they obviously know that he's here. You'll see the cows running. I think I can see that on the camera. Listen to Jack. Listen to this. Can you hear that munch? Putting the microphone right at him. There you go. Good boy. Right, okay, let's take a wee wander around and see if the sheep are going to come up. Again, Farmer Ben speaking. Thank you for joining us. If you've never watched our videos before, welcome. I'm glad you can tune in. So basically we do loads of farm videos here at Dalscone. We're a kids play area, and we do loads of educational videos and keep everyone up to date on what we're up to. And yeah, we just hang out, have a good time. Jumping over the fence there. There we go, I'm back on. I think because I jumped over it gave the camera a bit of a fright. So hopefully we're going to be able to catch the sheep here that's got a dirty bum. Here's the little mule, as we call it, little buggy coming down. It's coming along, everyone following, that's a good sign, that's what we want. For those that are watching last week, was it Tuesday or last Saturday, where we were having some issues? Look at this, what we found in the field. One of our good walkie-talkies. Probably not so good anymore, but we'll pick that up anyway. We're having a wee bit of signal problem, but we shouldn't have that today. I've turned the Wi-Fi off. You'll notice as well in the description of the video, there's a supporters link there, so I'm doing a Q&A stream later for supporters only. So if you join at the minute, it only takes 2 seconds to join. If you join at the minute and become a supporter of Dalscone, you can join in. You'll get added into a supporters only Facebook group, which is a private group, and everyone can chat in there. And I'll be on stream on there straight after this stream, so in about 45 minutes or so. So here comes Connor. All the sheep are looking pretty healthy, which is good. If we don't have to catch them, all the better. But they've ran from the other end of the field, and they're full of grass, so they're probably not too keen on wanting to run in, but here we go. Let me know where you're watching from today, folks. Leave a little comment on the stream. Kathy says, hi, nice to see you. Glad to have you along, Kathy. Shirley's watching from California. Sam says, hi, Ben. Hope you're well. How was Skipton? Well, I'll fill you in on Skipton, because what a day that ended up being unexpectedly. It was some day. 19-hour shift that we done from start to finish, so from door to door. So yeah, it was a tiring one. In fact, we've probably not really recovered yet. Everyone's been pretty busy since we came back as well. So it was successful, however, so that's the good thing. Let's see, everyone's walking pretty good. Dexter Cow's on the right. We've got our Rylands and our Valley Blacknose on the left. How's everyone looking, see?
Larry's very tired.
Larry's tired. So Larry's our male that's in here. He's on the far left-hand side. And he's probably bulked up a wee bit because of all the grass that's in the fields, so he's probably not too fit. So he wouldn't have enjoyed that little jog. It's a lovely day for a jog, so I don't know why he wouldn't. I think that's a wet patch of grass in there, see, is it?
Quite wet. I feel it is driving.
Come on, guys. What are you up to? I found a walkie-talkie in the middle of the field, see. Come on then. So if you were watching last week, you'll see how to feed the sheep. You put them in little bundles and spread it around the field, and that lets you get a good check, a good health check at them all, and get round and have a look. We're going to see if there's anything with a dirty backside. We've been keeping an eye on the sheep that wasn't very well. If you joined the stream last week, if you didn't see last week's stream, we had one with a dirty backside that needed sorted. There she is there. See, can you get her? You can get her now, definitely. Let's see. There we go. Simple as that. So, what we need to do is give her a little spruce up, a little pamper. Let me have a wee feel and see how she's looking. She has been looking better. So what you do is you just give her a little health check on the back. That tells you what kind of weight she is and how much weight she's carrying. If she's looking like she should, which I would say she's just slightly on the skinnier side of how we'd want her, and compared to the rest as well, who are all bulky, so we need to get that sorted. So farmer's box, farmer's bucket. This is a fluke and warmer. So that is what she needs to get. A dose, as we call it. Have you seen this before, folks? I don't think we've done this on stream before. Connor's going to try and hold her. Do you think he'll film as well, see, at the same time? You think you can manage? Right, you spin round. I'll hold her. Let's get some gloves on. There we go, so head in between the legs so she can't run away. And... right, you're going to see my face in a wee second. Someone's saying picture's frozen. Everything coming through okay, folks? Let me know. Just before I start. Thank you for everyone saying hello. And where you're watching from, Bev's in Stockport. Patty says hello. Brenda's watching from South Louisiana. Morris says no, you haven't. So no one seems to have seen this before. So this is completely normal what you do with sheep. So you just give them a little trim off. So I'm going to spin you right round now. Let Connor know, he'll be seeing the comments. Let him know if you're receiving loud and clear. Leave a few likes on the stream if you can hear me, folks. That's probably the easiest way for me to see the comments, or to get your message across. I can see them popping up on the right hand side. Right, see, here you go. Let's get the gloves on. Oh, you manage? Readjust. I'll hold her as well. So what we're wanting to do here is get all of this green mucky stuff off, whilst also not cutting her, which is easier said than done. So I'm normally chief poo cutter, believe it or not. Hopefully you can see this okay. Not the easiest thing to film in the world. And then when she walks away, she should have some nice white fur round about her butt. What you need to be careful for is when you pull the poo up, you need to be careful you don't pull the skin up as well and nick her skin. In which case, normally, if that does happen on the rare occasion, it's not a disaster. It's just a little bit of blue spray, which is some antiseptic spray. It's just cut the first layer. If it does, I've not today, thankfully. Don't want to be doing that. If it does, it's just a little bit of blue spray and that seals it up, no problems. but that's not what we're wanting to do. This is brick hard, which is not helping things today. So in summer, because we're in winter, there's no chance of fly strike. In summer, if you were doing this and had fly strike and the flies were about, we would have some severe problems because maggots would get in and start eating away at the skin. Luckily that's not a problem this time of year. It's probably just the amount of grass that she's been eating. Just the amount of grass that she's been eating that's probably made her a bit loose. I know it's a bit gross, folks. Hopefully Connor's not getting too close in. So again, you need to be careful, especially around here, because the skin is quite loose. And the last thing we want to do is hurt her. I'm sure she'll let us know if we do, but we're looking good so far. You'll see that nice white, see under here. See that nice white fur in there, nice white wool. So we'll just get the rough of it off. Got some friends here wanting to come and see what's going on. They're thinking a wee trip to Ben's hairdressing salon would be a good idea as well. Not so sure. Not sure this is how I'd want my hair cut, but there we go. So this is the dirty kind of side of farming that you don't normally see, but we just want to show you the general health care of sheep and how they should be properly looked after and maintained, because it's not just a case of leaving them out in the field. You need to just double check how their health is constantly, and make sure they're clean and tidy. Right, whilst we're trying to film as well, I'm not going to go too crazy trying to get her mum, because it's not going to be it's not the easiest thing to do. Need a fair bit of concentration, but she's standing really well, bless her. So she's obviously thinking this is the best thing for me. She knows it's a good plan to get this off, make her go to the toilet a wee bit easier, and make her feel a lot better as well. So what we need to do now is get our warmer into her, our fluke and worm. How's your camera skills been, Steve?
I don't know, to be honest.
What's the comments saying?
Whoa.
Can you spin round? See, I'll hold her head. You spin round.
You got her?
I've got her. So this is just a drench, a dose, so it's for fluke and worm, liver fluke and worm. It just goes down the hatch like that. Trigger's stuck. There we go, that's plenty. That takes out any little pests that are in there. And I'll take this back off, you see. Will we check our feet while we're here? We'll check our feet whilst we're here. I can catch it, there we go. That's how you roll them over. So you just bend their head a little bit back. That puts them off balance, and then you can just roll them over. That's the easiest way to do it. So we need to check her feet. She's been running through that dirty muddy puddle. Feet are looking okay at the minute, actually. There's no scald in the middle of it, which is what gives them a sore foot. It's just kind of raw area. Do you want to hold that seat? I'll just grab some clippers and double check. So this is the blue spray I was talking about. There are feet clippers. Now I have to say I'm not going to say too much actually before I start clipping away here, because these are dirty and quite hard to see. So what you want to see with their feet is a nice level foot. You don't want them walking on their tiptoes. You don't want them walking on their heels. No. You want them walking nice and flat. Right, come on. Lift her up. Don't start misbehaving now. That's a girl. You want her walking nice and flat. That's the best way, most natural way for her to be walking, because she's not on any hard standing at the minute. Her feet don't get ground down, so we just need to keep on top of that. Normally when we're doing a wee bit of maintenance on them, We always check their feet to see how they're doing. Front, back feet are okay. Let's have a wee look in here. Feet look good in the middle. This is where they get scalded, right in the middle of here. She's had enough now. She wants to go. We're good. We're good to go. We're good to go. We're good to go. There we go. So, oh, I'm exhausted. Get cleared up before they go missing. Right, can you grab that dozy? So, how is the camera work, folks? That is her. She's had her pamper, bum clipped. She's had her feet trimmed. See, her bum is looking a lot cleaner. Just because she's been sitting on her bum, it's a wee bit muddy. But apart from that, all the big clumps are off, which is what you want to see. The little clumps are too close to her skin, so we can't get that. So that's a pretty good job done, if you ask me. She's had her fluke and worm dose. So liver fluke obviously attacks the liver. And worms come off the grass and are picked up naturally. So when the worms get into their belly, basically takes all the goodness out of them and they become slightly lean, which is what this one's doing. So that's her covered for that. That'll be covered for until spring. So hopefully that's all that was wrong with her. That's all. The only reason why she'd be a little lean. Catherine says you must have a good tummy for that, Farmer Ben. Catherine, when you've seen 5,000 sets of feet and dirty bums, it makes no odds anymore. You don't even realise. Right, let's head up. We've got a tortoise to bath, don't we see? Yeah. Right, I'll get the gate for you. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different on the stream. Maybe you thought it was disgusting. But that's farming life. That's what we need to do. We need to constantly keep on top of them. Make sure that, like I say, you're keeping their bums clean. You've got general health care on them. Their feet are okay. They can get around all right. To be honest, her feet were fine. They were just needing a little tidy up. Sometimes better just to flatten them off if there's a tiny little bit, even if they're not limping, if you have a hold of them anyway. And that just means that they're not going to get sore feet in the future. So her back feet are fine. Her front feet need a little trim off. So yeah, she's all good. She's looking good. She's not that lean. She's just slightly skinnier as the rest, so it just raises alarm bells. But judging by her bum and how dirty it was and how dry it was, I think she's probably not as loose. And her digestive system's working okay. So that's what we want to see. Here comes Farmer Connor. I'm just getting the gate. There we go. So all the sheep are looking like, oh my word. I'm glad you never done that to me. Let's shut this gate. There we go. Right, we'll head up the top to the Polytunnel, see Pumpkin and Rio, and wait for Farmer Connor to bring up the Tortoise's bath. We're going to bath Turbo up there because the signal's better, basically. It's always rubbish round about the workshop, so let's see what these comments are saying. Rena says, good to see other things. Great job to you both. Camera was great and you sound good. Well, hopefully that's the new microphone. I was saying we had a new system coming up and that's it arrived and all going now, so hopefully you'll be able to hear us from a little bit further away, or even if we're not at the right side of the camera, which I think is maybe what happened there. So Farmer Connor was doing that kind of unexpectedly, so I think he'd done a pretty good job. Lisa is asking, do all the sheep have names? They don't, Lisa, because there's just far too many of them. And to be perfectly honest with you, all our bottle fed ones from last year do. They've got the ear tags in on their ears, and to be perfectly honest with you, a lot of them look identical to each other. So naming them, you can never tell them apart anyway. So that is the reason we don't do them. It's just sheer numbers. Same with the goats. Not every specific ones that have little nice markings or they've got funny personalities, you can always tell them apart and they've all got names. But the majority of them are just in the goat herd. just for practical reasons really. So we've made it up into the Polytunnel. Oh, I feel out of breath. I'm flying about. Very busy. So that's that job done. Let me know what you thought of that. If that's the kind of thing that you like to see, let me know. And we can show you other ones, other streams like that. It's good to get feedback from you, what kind of content you like watching as well. It really helps us out, what you like to see. Put some love hearts in the chat if you can react with a little love heart if you liked seeing that. I know it was a wee bit gross and a wee bit messy, but that's the healthcare of a sheep, that's what you need to do. But pretty straightforward as sheep go. There was no problems at all. Pamela's asking, how are the meerkats doing? They are all doing fantastic. There's loads of love hearts coming up, folks. Thank you very much. It's great to see that was well received. It was just a kind of idea that I had earlier on. I thought, you know what, we can go down, have a wee look, see how she's doing. If she needs a wee clip on her bum, we can do that on stream and show everyone something a little bit different. So it's good, it was well received. Loads of stars coming in, folks. You are awesome. Thank you for supporting us with the stars. Like I say, I am doing a Q&A for everyone who's not, if you've just tuned in, the subscriber button is at the top of the screen. It's in our header on the stream. If you click on that, you can become a supporter of Dalscone, and I'm doing a live Q&A session. When is it? What time are we at now? 20 past. And Rio's just done a huge fart on stream, if you never heard that. So very embarrassing. Rio, I hope you're embarrassed. So yeah, about 3:45 probably, I'll be on live Q&A for supporters only. So you can ask your questions in there. You'll be added to a supporters only group. And we've got a good community building up as well, so that's nice to see. April says, was great. I watch the Hoof GP all the time. So this was nothing. It's very interesting to see. Yeah, the Hoof GP is actually only about an hour from us. I believe he's got a few million likes on Facebook, which is is it TikTok he's on? I'm sure he's on Facebook as well. But he has a few million likes, so he's very popular, and he's only just up the road. So I'd actually like to meet him one day, so maybe I have to reach out and see how he's doing. What I was going to say before I started clipping that sheep's foot was, I'm the self-proclaimed man at doing sheep's feet. So I always get that job. We've got so many sheep and so many goats around here, so there's over 100 or more than 100. So there's probably 500 or 600 individual feet if you take in. So we've probably got 130, 140 animals that need their feet done. So there's overall probably about 500 individual feet, and I normally have to do them all. But over time, just with practice really, you get really, really good at it. And I think I'm pretty good at doing sheep's feet, to be honest. The key is to know when you need to clip them and when you don't. Sometimes you could do, you can give them a sore foot by clipping it off when they don't need it. So, yeah. Pretty happy with that one, so that was a good result. Thank you for all the comments coming in, all the likes. If you could leave a like and a comment, that's brilliant. Let's Facebook push out our stream to other people. Let's other people watch our videos as well. We're going on portrait camera today, not on landscape, so I don't know if you can... Come on then, I'll get you a wee treat. So I don't know if that makes a difference to you. Farmer Connor's just coming up with the tortoise and he can get some treats. I don't want to move too far away. Simply because I don't want to lose signal. Because it can be a bit dodgy up here. So one of the jobs for next week, maybe on Tuesday's stream, so we stream on a Tuesday and a Saturday at the minute, is we're going to give Rio a little wash and see if this red comes off her or this pink comes off of her, because obviously Eeyore does not have that. So we're going to investigate that a little further and see what's going on there. Thanks for the likes, folks. Thanks for responding. Viv sent 50 stars. Thank you, Viv. Pamela sent 200 stars. Thank you. Rosetta says, love watching your videos with animals, and sent 200 stars. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, Rio has to get involved. She has to be the centre of attention. Lila says, more room out than there is in, right, Rio? Yeah, I think that's her philosophy. I think that's what she goes off. Saw the zip-tied bucket. Yeah, I don't know who done that. I don't know if that was Farmer Pete that done that. Maybe the Twitch watchers can let me know. That is a good idea. Sue Hall says, I just came on as Rio farted. Yeah, no, that wasn't best timing for Rio, bless her. I don't think she was fully aware that she was on stream at that point. Mary says, like to see all aspects of farm life you can show. Reminds me of growing up in the country. Well, that's good. It's educational for everyone as well. You see a field of sheep and you wonder, well, you don't really see behind the scenes and what care goes into them, really. But it is important that you're keeping an eye on them all the time. Nancy says, why the straw in the pen? This straw here is their bedding. That keeps them nice and clean. The straw at the back is a draft excluder, so it stops wind and rain coming in, and they get a bit of shelter, so that's why they're there, because the polytunnel doesn't have any sides on it. It's left open. Ready, see?
Is up here alright?
Yeah. Have you got turbo?
Yes, in the back.
Turbo's in the back, so we're just going to do it. We're actually going to do her on the sweeper here. So she normally gets done round about the workshop. She quite likes her bath, doesn't she?
Yeah, Turbo loves her bath.
Turbo loves her bath. Tobias and Terry, not so much. They're not as keen on it, see, are they?
Don't mind it, but
So that's nice lukewarm water for her, so that's perfect. She's going to be delighted with this. Angela says, I love it when Rio shouts for treats. It's so adorable. I know it's actually greedy. I don't know if it's adorable. I think it's maybe quite greedy. Let's try and get some treats out. Dropping off signal here. Here we go, Rio. Here you go, pal. Oh, you just can't wait, can you? There you go. Pumpkin's actually started having one or two treats. Let's see if he'll take some today. There we go. So he's only got a wee mouth, so he only takes one at a time. But he does like to try them. I don't know whether he knows what to do with it now, yet. Sometimes he just holds it in his mouth and then spits it out. But he's getting... here we go. Is it coming out? I think it's maybe coming out. Yep, dropped it in the water bucket. Of course he did. So this will keep Rio quiet while we bath Turbo. Here we go. So unconventional workbench that we're on here. And you should see her settling right down. And she should sit right down in it. She normally quite likes the bath. So they like the heat, so they like a little bit of warm water. Not too warm, obviously. Just enough. Just enough to keep them warm. They're not in here for very long. We don't want the water getting too cold. We don't want them getting a chill. So Farmer Connor takes great care over her. She gets a wee bit of water over her back. You just bathed them not long ago, didn't you, see?
yeah, just last Saturday actually.
Last Saturday it was. I think that's where that photo came from, wasn't it? The three Tortoise Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So she sometimes does use the bath as an opportunity to go to the toilet. For some reason it brings it makes them want to do that for some reason. And there you go, you'll see her settling right down now. She's liking it. So she's lying right down in it, getting all the heat into her. She looks quite clean, to be fair. You can tell she's just had a bath.
Like whiter.
Yeah, she goes light in colour, so they do get quite dirty because they stay in the sand and stuff. They do get quite dirty. But she is settling into her spa treatment. Let's read some of these comments. Send your comments in, folks. I'm just going to go through a few of them. If you've got questions, send them in. I'll try and get to them just now. Viv says maybe the treats are making her pink. They're not, Viv, because there's nothing pink in them. There's no dye in them at all. So we don't think it's that. April says don't want turtle soup. Exactly. We don't want it too warm. We just want nice lukewarm. Rosie's saying she loves that. Yeah, she likes a pamper. What does Tobias and Terry do when they're in?
They kind of just hunker down and just sit still.
They just sit still as possible. Like, get me out of here. I'm not too happy.
They're a bit more hunkered into their shell when they go in.
So Turbo is called Turbo because she's so fast. You wouldn't think that with a tortoise, but she can cover serious ground. If she did manage to get out once and ended up way down where we had the sheep, where we were at with the sheep earlier on. She was down there within about 10 minutes, and it was just so happened that a dog walker said, "Do you know one of your tortoises down walking down the lane?" Thank goodness he did, or we'd probably never have found her. So that was pretty lucky that time, because of the colour of them. They're really, really difficult to see when they're out and about wandering around the grass and in the fields. Naomi says, was she a rescue? She wasn't. She came from, I think someone had them in their house, but when they came, Naomi, they were only tiny. I think they were in a shoebox each. So Turbo and Terry are brother and sister. They're from the same litter. Tobias we already had, so we had Tobias at a different time. We had him for about a year, I think, before we got before we got Terry and Turbo. So they're not as old. They're about 6 or 7 now, and Tobias is about 15. So they are young compared to tortoises, I guess, like what age tortoises live to. So they'll probably outlive us, which is a wee bit depressing. But they're well taken care of, and they should outlive us. So, Laura says, do they get cold when they're done with their bath? Well, they get put back into their inside enclosure, which has got a heating system and a heat lamp, so they won't really, because they're back into a heated environment. So it's not as if they're going from warm to cold. You see her eyes blink there, so she blinks up the way. But she's looking good. She's looking quite happy. This here, see these little marks? That is where she tries to get under things and scrapes her shell. So that is just little bumps and little scratches. So Turbo is the only tortoise that we've got that has a slightly deformed shell. So around this area, there's a little bump, or a little hollow, should I say, around here that shouldn't be there. She's always had that since we got her, and that's a lack of calcium and a lack of nutrients when she was younger. So our first owners never fed her not going to say never fed her properly, but they probably didn't realise what kind of nutrients that she needed. Tobias and Terry's shell is absolutely perfect. It's just Turbo has got a little hollow in here, so that'll never go away. Once they're there, it'll never go away. It's not bad. It's not really even noticeable now, especially as she's getting older. Do you think it's as bad as what it was, see?
No, I don't think it's too bad.
You can maybe see it.
You
can see it slightly. So see how this is nice and rounded along here, and then along this way it just kind of dips in. So that's all that is. But her shell's hard as a rock, which is what we need. They can feel the outside of their shell as well. It's not as if it's just a. It's not as if they can't feel it. It's just an outer shell. It is part of them. They do feel you. They do feel you washing them. So you just need to handle them with care. But they're very heavy, aren't they? Yeah, so Turbo's probably sitting about 20 kilos just now. Would that be right?
Yeah,
about right.
She's the lightest of the...
So she's the lightest of the three. Terry, who's her brother, and he's a bit bigger. He's a male. He'll be sitting about 24, 25 kilos. And then Tobias, Lord knows what he's sitting at just now. He's just humongous. So he'll be up about 30 kilos, I would say, just now. So round about the farm, we always measure things in bags of potatoes. So a big bag of potatoes is 25 kilos, so he's heavier than that, if that helps anyone figure out how heavy that actually is. So I've seen a wee comment saying, how old is Turbo? So she's about 7 years old now, and Tobias is about 15. So she isn't... Okay, Rio. Plenty, thank you. There's Jack chiming in as well. So she is enjoying it. She's getting her head to the side. So normally when they get their head to the side like that, they kind of sit and they bask. They're really enjoying something, so they'll get their head... It's not fully to the side, but when they move their leg out the way and get their head right to the side, that's when they're really, really enjoying something. So it is... I tell you what, it's definitely a different stream today. Bathing the tortoises and doing a sheep's feet. So this mixes it up, definitely. Thank you for all the comments, folks. Keep them coming in. I'll try and get to as many as I can. Leslie says, my birthday today, I could have came for a pamper. After seeing what the sheep got, Leslie, I'm not sure you'd want to. She will keep getting bigger. She will keep growing as she eats. They're in kind of semi-hibernation mode at the minute. So they do come for a wander around, but at the same time, they've kind of cut down their eating. So they're not as active as what they were. When they do start coming out of hibernation and they're wandering around as normal, the amount they eat is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. You can't borrow this stuff to them. So it's normally bananas that they like, and then it's a whole load of greens. You don't want to give them too many sweet treats, etc. Never had any eggs laid, Susan. No, we've never had any of that. Never had any babies. To be honest, I don't know what we would do if they had eggs. I'm at a loss for that one. I don't know enough about breeding tortoises. It's not really why we've got them. Tracy says, do they hibernate? They kind of semi-hibernate, so they don't go into a full state of hibernation. They will wander about and eat here and there, but they do kind of go on about 50% power mode, so they don't go fully into hibernation. Let me try and get to a few of these. Kathy says, would you pass along missing farmer Alice? Hope all is well with her. She's doing absolutely fine. She's got a wee day off today, so she's doing great. So what do they eat? They're vegetarians, so they eat anything green. Basically anything green. They like oranges, tomatoes, bananas are their favourite. Cucumbers are a big favourite. Lettuce is great for them. They eat a lot of grass. So yeah, they've got a very varied diet. Along with that, they get some calcium supplements and some reptile supplements as well. How often do you bath them? Not that often. We don't want to bath them too much. So Rio's really not behaving today. How often do you bath them, would you say? Every 6 weeks or so, every month, 6 weeks?
Not too often, especially not in the winter.
Especially in the winter, yeah. They'll get bathed more often in the summer, but we don't want to pester them too much in the winter.
In the summer, they actually have their own bath, which they just...
Hold on, everyone's saying happy birthday, Ben. It's not my birthday, folks. I don't know why this is coming up. It was that was me reading out a comment, so that was a watcher's comment. So it's not my birthday. There's loads of everyone saying happy birthday. It's not my birthday, folks. February 18th. So remember the date. Birthday stream. Let's see. Amazing amount of stars coming through in the live, so it's good to see everyone enjoying it and sending their support. That's brilliant. If you've just tuned in as well, the subscriber button is at the top of the description of this video. If you hit subscribe on that and you become a supporter of Dalscone, you get added into a private group where you can discuss with the rest of the Dalscone community on what's happening. I'm in there all the time, and I'm doing a live Q&A session after the stream, so that'll be in about 15-20 minutes. We'll be doing a live Q&A session where you can get all your questions across. If I've missed it on normal stream, that's unfortunately my fault. I can't get through all these comments. It is great how y'all ask your questions, and I try and get through as many as I can. But we are doing a live Q&A for all our supporters as well. You also get a little badge when you comment on the stream that'll let everyone know that you're a supporter. Michelle says Jack shouting. I think that was Rio behind us. But when Rio shouts, Jack shouts back, so they can talk to each other. Tracy says Rio used to be the star of the show, so she's not impressed. I think that's kind of the problem. She likes to have the camera on her. So yeah, she's. Let me get through some of these comments. Angela says she's loving her bath, bless her, she is. How's that water feeling? That's okay yet. She's just about ready to go back in. Just about. How is Miracle? Can we get Miracle's bottle up, see?
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, it's here?
Yeah.
Do you want to grab her? We'll leave Turbo in there while we feed Miracle. We'll feed Miracle. She's getting her afternoon feed, so she gets a feed in the afternoon, she gets a feed in the morning. And that does her. That's all she needs now, because she's getting a bit bigger. What age will she be now? She must be a couple of months now. Yeah, she'll be 2 months old. So yeah, she's getting big enough now that she's only needing 2 feeds. If you try and feed her anymore, she'll not drink it anyway. Rio? Yes, hang your head in shame. Tamara, loves seeing the tortoises or turtles. It was tortoises, Tamara, but I'll let you off with it, don't worry. If you're just joining in, folks, you've never been watching the stream, we've been doing a bit of animal care of the sheeps, doing some sheep's feet. I did not say sheeps as in plural. We're doing some animal care with the sheep, and we're doing some sheep's feet. Bit of a tongue twister. We've been bathing the tortoises. We're just about to feed Miracle. It's Farmer Ben speaking. Lois says, Ben, are you married? Yes, I am. Do you have children? No, I don't. Yvonne's saying jealous donkeys. Yeah, they're not used to it because they've been the star of the show for so long, and look how big they're getting as well. They like us to be watching them. See, look, coming over, look, that's a nice picture. There'll be a few screenshots of that, I'm sure. Winston's wondering what's going on here. Where is she? Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. She knows the deal now. She says, oh, it's Saturday. Oh yeah, we're doing our stream today, that's right. M says, did I just hear Miracle? You did. That was her heading in. Lisa says, oh, Rio. So Lisa's obviously a big Rio fan. Shelley is answering some questions for me, I think. Does Eeyore ever bray? No, she doesn't. You know, she's very, very quiet. She never brays. That's a good point. The female donkeys, or jennies, are a lot quieter than the males. Rio does like to let her voice be heard, but have you ever heard Eeyore bray?
Occasionally when she was out in the pen.
Well, yeah, when she's out in the pens and she's wanting something, she'll maybe shout on us, but they're having a good watch here, wondering what's going on. Pumpkin's disturbing them. So you'll see Miracle's fat little belly here hanging down. She's loving her bottle. She's the queen of getting a bottle. So did you even carry her out? Did she just follow you? She just follows the whole way. So her eyesight's obviously pretty good if she can follow Farmer Connor all the way down. Anne says, my granddaughter's absolutely loved looking at my Dalscone calendar yesterday. That's great. Miracle's growing like a mushroom. I know, considering what size she was, she could fit in the palm of your hand. It's incredible how she's grown. Ruby says, now Hope's calling for her. Yeah, she always does. She does get a wee bit, she's got separation anxiety, I would say. Even though she hated her when she was first born, she always calls for her if she's away. Not that it bothers Miracle, but she's only out for a couple of minutes and then she's back in. So, Jerry says, watch you guys every day. Thank you for watching. Catherine says, Farmer Ben, can you only subscribe through iCloud, as that's what was coming up when you linked us to subscribe? I don't know. Subscribe through iCloud. I've not came across any issues yet, Catherine. I don't know on that one. One of the other subscribers may be able to tell you. If you're, I know there's a few of you watching. Kirsty says, I love how Miracle's tail goes when she's getting fed. So that's what they all do whenever they're getting fed. Even if they're getting fed off their mum, you always know they're getting a sook when their tails start wagging. Oh, she's going to see what's going on here. They're a bit big for you, Miracle, please. Thank you. So if everyone's watching, if you've just tuned in, if you could leave us a like or a comment on the stream, that would be amazing. And if you would be so kind, everyone who's watching, if you could give a share on the stream, it just helps Facebook push that out, gets us a bit more reach to as many people as we physically can, which is absolutely brilliant. Turbo's coming out from her bath. She's ready to go home. She's had enough for the day. There we go. She can get dried off on the hay. But she is quite big when you see her there, and she looks spotlessly clean. So you can see some of the dirt that comes off her in the water. See how dirty it gets? It's mostly sand because Farmer Connor gave her a wash not long ago. Let's see what these comments are saying here. Is Connor your brother? No, he's not. Farmer Joe's my brother. Louise says, can you say hi to Kyle from Cambuslang? Hi Kyle from Cambuslang, hope you're doing okay. Made me laugh when Pumpkin Winston are playing with the water bucket. I know they've got 2 balls in there as well, so they don't need to be doing that with the water bucket, so we're going to need to change things up so they don't keep doing that. Judy says, I got my calendar in Oklahoma last Monday. That's love it, that's great. It's amazing how it's went out all over the world. It is really, really good. Makes us feel very proud, that is for sure. Our wee belly's getting bigger, I know. Miracle's getting a wee podger. Are you going to go live when Rio gets a bath? Hopefully, depends how Rio behaves when we're giving her a bath. You just don't know, because she's not used to having a head collar on all the time. Miracle's away for a wee wander here. So, yeah. Kirsty says, think you're subscribing via iTunes, so that might be the problem. It shouldn't be through iCloud. I can't get that. I don't know why that would be on there. It should be pretty straightforward. Lindsay's answering some questions. Thank you, Lindsay, for some of the questions in the stream. We've been having a wild hare visiting Twitch last night, Angela says. I have heard about this, that there's a hare keeps going about here. A hare or a rabbit? Are you totally convinced it's a hare? It's very unusual to get a hare around Dalscone, but there's plenty of rabbits. So maybe coming and having a few of the animal treats. Carol says, can you please say hi to me? Hi Carol, perfect. How are you doing? Thank you for supporting us. I can see your badge on there. I see you on the supporters group as well. Right folks, we're going to wrap this live up. Thank you for joining us. Next week, I believe, is our big scanning stream. I don't know what day. I've just been told it should be next week that the scanner comes. Probably be middle to the end of next week, but just by the time I get organised for him coming. So that is a big stream. That's an exciting stream to see exactly what's coming up for the spring. So I'm looking forward to that. I will let you know. I'll put a preview on Facebook before we go live, just to let you know when we'll be on. But yeah, have your pen and paper ready. You can see how many triplets, singles and twins will be coming out. There's Donna saying I had no issues subscribing. That's good to hear. Debbie said, I think iCloud is how you pay monthly. Unsure, Debbie. Possibly. Depends what payment system you've got as well. So thanks for all the likes, folks. You're amazing for commenting. You're amazing for sharing. Another little update on one of our videos. The video of Penny's video that we done on Monday night as an incredible response. Over 100 and I think we're 115,000 views on that just now, which is pretty awesome. Wasn't the nicest stream that we ever had to do, but it was one that needed to be done. And it's good that so many of you have sent your well wishes. I've read your messages. There's nearly 2,500 comments, I think, and 3,500 reactions. It's crazy. So nice to know that you're all with me as well. Janice says, thank you for this live. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for watching along. Tracy says, hi from Carlisle. Hi, Tracy, just along the road. Sam says, good stream today, Ben. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate the good vibes coming from you, the feedback. I hope you've all enjoyed it. We do enjoy doing them, don't we, see? Yeah, it's a good laugh. We always like having you watching us going about on day-to-day farming life. You need to give them a couple of empty buckets to play with. Might leave the water alone. That's a good idea, Vaughn. Maybe chuck a few in. So Lila's saying iCloud's how you pay monthly. So there we go. It's nothing to worry about. I think that must be the way to do it. Maggie says, secrets keeping your feet warm. Rigger boots that are fur lined. That's the way to do it. I subscribe no problem through PayPal, Laverne says. So if you are watching, subscriber button's up there, folks. You've still got time to catch the private Q&A that we're doing on the subscribers group. Just click that, become a subscriber. You'll be automatically added into the subscribers group. We've got a growing community in there, and we'll be doing some streams especially for you guys. We can ask all your questions. Tracy says, Ben, I lost my Murphy a couple of days ago. It's heartbreaking. It is, Tracy. It's one of the hardest things I've had to deal with ever. But things do get easier, Tracy. Don't worry. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing to have to go through. I've paid through PayPal, much easier, Dawn. So that's the way to do it, folks, it seems. PayPal seems to be the way to do it. So have a great weekend, everyone. We'll probably see you on Tuesday. Remember, it's scanning week coming up. So hopefully we hear from the scanner over the weekend of when he's coming, or beginning of the week. We'll see you on Tuesday regardless. Hopefully Farmer Pete will be on stream. I know he done one earlier in the week, so it was nice for everyone to see him again. But he's been very busy in the toy shop today. So... yeah, try and get him back on. He's not an easy man to get hold of, actually. He's very busy. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday. And if you're a subscriber, I'll see you in about 15-20 minutes for the Q&A. I look forward to seeing you all in. Awesome that you've gave us so many stars today. Thank you, everyone that's sent through stars. And can't wait to see the subscribers pretty soon on the Q&A. So we'll see you on Tuesday from Farmer Connor, Miracle, and Farmer Ben. See you in the next one.